was a fine sunny day until Sigismund came with his army. I saw him sitting there with his red beard and proud posture as he gave the signal to attack.
Oh no!
We all ran towards the castle for shelter, but they were too fast for us. They slaughtered everyone they caught and torched their houses. I barely escaped, and they murdered my parents.
The Lord have mercy. I'm terribly sorry. May the Lamb of God comfort you.
You've done well, lad. I'm sorry for your loss. You must be all done in. Why don't you go to the kitchen and have a good meal? Sorrow is easier to bear on a full stomach. I heard about your father. They say he was a swordsmith who moved to the countryside.
Pater noster, qui es in celis, sanctificetur nomen tuum, veniat regnum tuum, fiat...
I can't understand why he'd waste his talent.
Oh,
I'm
God
sure
damn
he
it, my
would.
stomach hurts.
He had a fine reputation. It's a great loss.
Pater noster, qui es in celis...
Ah, milady. You're fortunate our good lady Stephanie of Talmberg has graced us with her presence.
Lady, I'm honored.
So this is our brave young man. Welcome, lad. Bozhena here will take care of you. No doubt you're tired and hungry.
Indeed. How could he not be, poor soul? After everything he's been through, he must be as hungry as a bear, aren't you, young master? Here you are, then. Eat your fill.
And a little wine to wash it down.
Thank you, my lady.
When you're done, you can go and rest with the grooms in the Outer Bailey.
No, that won't do, Sir Robard. After all he's been through, he deserves a proper bed. Let him sleep in a lodge in the courtyard.
Certainly, milady. Young Henry here is overwhelmed by your generosity.
Yes, thank you, my lady. May God reward you for your kindness.
Eat up now. You're in capable hands, so I'll leave you to it. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, man.
When you've done, you can sleep in the bedchamber of the courtyard lodge. And don't forget to take off those filthy boots before getting into bed.
Something to eat.
came from Scarlet's today.
Hey, is someone there?
Today the scroll's in trouble. Keep your eyes peeled. If you see anything out of the ordinary, report it immediately. Understood? Yes, sir.
Yes?
It is I, Henry. Forgive the intrusion. I didn't wake you, boy, did I?
My lady. No, not at all. But what brings you here at this hour?
I thought you could do with a little wine. It's just what you need to help you sleep.
My lady. Thank you. You really shouldn't. You could have sent a sermon.
I was going to, but to tell you the truth, I couldn't sleep either. I thought of you while saying my prayers. How awful it must have been for you. I came to offer you solace, to let you know you're not alone.
Thank you. Thank you kindly.
You're welcome. Now, Henry, I know this is all very new and strange for you. But I want you to feel at home here. You're not to worry about anything except getting better. God knows you've been through a terrible ordeal. I know what it is to be left alone in the world, although your loss is much greater. But with God's help, the pain will ease in time. And it can help to talk about it, if you feel like it.
You might be right, Ryan. I'll tell you what happened. It was terrible and unexpected. The day started just like any other. Father sent me into town on some errands. A fellow by the name of Kunnish owed money to Father, who sent me to collect it from him. Only Kunnish had no intention of paying. It got a bit heated, as often happens when there's money involved. But Kunnish still wouldn't cough up the coin. Father was too generous for his own good, letting even a scoundrel like that buy on credit.
Oh.
When I'd done all the errands, I headed back home. I promised Father I'd help him with his work, and I was looking forward to it. He was forging a sword for Sir Radzig. The sword was taking shape when Sir Radzig himself came to have a look at it. He praised Father's work and said that with his smithing skills, he could easily make a living in Prague or Vienna.
You don't say.
But Sigismund's horde was already on the horizon, ready to attack the town. I saw smoke on the horizon from a village Sigismund pillaged on the way to our town, which was soon to meet the same fate.
God have mercy.
And then death descended on Skalitz. Father told me to take shelter in the castle while he went to get Mother. She was stranded in the town, surrounded by Sigismund butchers.
And then I saw him knocking down one Cuman after another. I never saw him fight like that. But then the leader of Sigismund's raiding party, knights in full armour, saw Father and charged at him. He cut down my father without a thought. And then he turned on my mother. And he murdered her in cold blood.
You poor boy. May the Lord have mercy on their souls.
I ran to the castle like our neighbours to take cover, but I didn't make it. I had to find another way to save myself. The men on the battlements called down to me to flee to Talmberg and warn you. I was lucky I knew a concealed path around the castle. I wasn't safe yet. The Cumans were going from house to house below the castle, looting and then torching them. They encircled the castle, and it was clear they could spot me at any moment.
May God punish them.
Then I heard a scream. It was Teresa, the mill wench. She'd been caught by a gang of Cuman savages who planned to violate her. I wanted to help her. God knows I wanted to. Even though I had the sword we made for Sir Radzig, they had me outnumbered and they were well armed too. I only just managed to grab one of their horses and ride off. I couldn't help her any more than I could have helped my parents.
It wasn't your fault.
I'll never forget the horror. It will haunt me for the rest of my life.
That's terrible. How could something like that happen?
God alone knows why he lets such things happen.
You poor boy. I understand your grief, but God is not to blame for the ills of this world. That is the work of Satan and those who do his bidding. Those who are corrupted by greed, envy, and pride. You must not lose faith, whatever life brings. Fate has not been merciful to me, and my husband either. Although in comparison to the horrors he went through. I was young when I married my husband. It was my father's wish. Divish was a lot older than I, but a woman must bear her lot. Shortly after our marriage, before I even got a look at Talmberg, the castle was stormed and my husband was imprisoned.
Really?
My husband had some quarrel with Sir Havel Medek of Valdek, who decided to resolve it by force. He stormed the castle, burned down the village of Pribyslavitz, and killed many of our men, even the old chamberlain. He imprisoned my husband in the castle and put his own garrison there.
That's awful.
I was barely 18 years old, and all of a sudden, I was left alone with Sir Robert. We didn't know what to do. We went to Prague to appeal to the king and sought help from Divish's friends, but all to no avail. We tried for years, but it seemed I was destined to be left alone and my husband to rot in jail in his own castle.
Years, you say?
7 years. That's how long it took before Havel was condemned as an enemy of the crown. And even then, he refused to surrender the castle and release my husband. In the end, I raised the money to pay a ransom, and only then, by the grace of Lord Jesus, did I finally lay eyes on my husband once more.
7 years? And was Havel punished for it?
Never. And after 7 years, my husband returned to me an infirm old man.
Sir Divish seems like a good, strong man.
Certainly, only he has many concerns. He had to rebuild Talmberg, After he was released, the king appointed him Burgrave of Prague Castle, and he was very busy. He had no time for me at all. But at least we were in the city, and there was something going on. And now, we're here.
My lady, you're still young and beautiful. Your best years are still ahead of you.
Would that were true, lad. Would it were true. But what am I doing bothering you with this? You have troubles enough of your own. I'll go and let you sleep. I enjoyed our little talk, Henry. Good night, and God bless.
Good night, my lady.
Henry, wake up. You don't want to miss this.
What is it? What's happening?
Come to the battlements. One of our patrols reported a company heading here from Skalitz.
Pater Noster, qui es in celis, sanctificetur nomen tuum, veniat regnum.
Hide out somewhere.
You might be right.
True enough.
Listen up! If it's Sigismund and his army, prepare for the worst. But don't be daunted by their numbers. Heed my commands, and all will end well.
What's going on?
I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Why would Sigismund advance on Talmberg in the night? Especially since he's lost the element of surprise after the raid on Skalitz.
Maybe it's not him.
Then who is it? The scouts Divish sent to Skalitz to spy on Sigismund said he'd set up camp and was getting ready to storm the castle. And so Radzig is an experienced soldier. He'd surely hold the castle for quite some time. It doesn't make sense.
What else did the spies see?
Not much of anything. Before they could get close enough, this huge storm started. And you were right. Sigismund has a hell of a lot of soldiers, including all manner of mercenaries. An army like that costs a fortune. Well, anyway, we'll find out when they get here, won't we?
Aye, we will.
God be with you.
Halt! Who goes there?
Lucifer and all his minions. Who else, Robert?
Sir Radzig. What a relief.
Is his lordship there with you?
Yes, sir. He is right here.
What are you doing up so late, Divish? At your age, you need a good night's sleep.
Well, Radzig, you didn't exactly pick the best time for an outing either. In a big hurry?
It was a bit of a scramble, all right. Believe it or not, this tempest is a godsend for me and my men. As my old granddad used to say, better a sore throat than a slit throat.
I'd say your grandfather was a wise man. Your messenger told us what happened.
Messenger?
The lad you sent to warn us.
He's alive? He made it to you?
He's here with me. He only got away by the skin of his teeth, though.
Thank God.
A brave young man. But tell me, friend, how on earth did you manage to get away?
Thank God for this tempest. When it began, Sigismund's Tatars crawled into their holes and left us storming the castle for more clement weather. We were able to sneak out right under their noses. The Lord be praised. We wouldn't have stood a chance against them.
Would you like to spend the night in Talmberg?
No, no. When Sigismund finds the castle empty tomorrow, he might come looking for us. We'd only be exposing you to danger. Without me and my men, he has no call to attack you.
What will you do then?
We'll march to Ratai. It's only a short way, and there we'll have a better chance of defense and enough room for all of these people. If Sigismund should come, better bend your knee, Divish. There's no point dying in a battle that's futile.
You're right there.
Is that boy still with you?
I'm here, sir.
You have courage, lad. That I can't deny. I am sorry about what happened. Would you care to join us?
I'd like to, sir, but first I have to return to Skalitz.
Are you mad? What do you want there?
I can't leave my mother and father. I won't leave their corpses rotting in the street. I'll join you once I've taken care of them.
Don't even think of going back there, you donkey. Are you tired of living?
But sir!
Quiet! I'm sorry about your father, but getting killed as well won't help him. Divish, make sure that lad doesn't budge from Talmberg until things quieten down.
Not to worry, friend. Anyway, he's injured and needs to recover. I'll lock him up here as if he were Havel of Baldic.
I've seen you've grown a thick skin since your tribulation, sir. But thank you. We'll meet again when circumstances are more favorable. Farewell.
Farewell, friend, and good fortune. Give my regards to Sir Hanush.
I will. And good luck to you and your people, too. These are dark times. Move out!
Anywhere, people! Move out! It's only a short way to Ratai now!
Men, tonight we'll have triple patrols. Sort out the watches between you as always. And if I catch anyone boozing, playing dice or slacking off, I'll personally break every bone in his body. I want you to keep a close eye on everything near...
Pater Noster, qui es in celis, sancti...
He knows they've fled. Keep your eyes peeled. and report everything to me at once. Understood?
What is it you need?
I could use an extra pair of eyes, and yours are keen. Will you keep watch of the battlements with my men?
Is that a request or an order?
I'd rather it was a request you answered yes to.
Of course I'll help. I have to pay you back somehow after all you've done for me.
Splendid. And don't worry, I'll tell the men to relieve you later. Good luck to you.
Pater Noster, qui es in celis.
Wandering around like a stray sheep. Must be your first watch, eh? I don't think anything much will be happening today. You can just lean against the wall and wait till morning. I'll show you what's what.
I will. Thank you.
Let's go! Let's go! Move it! Quick! Go! Go! Let's go! Let's go! Move it! Go! Go!
Sweet Jesus! We're coming at them like skeletons.
See how the self-appointed king wins the love and respect of his loyal subjects.
Indeed, Robard. Sigismund of Luxembourg has a rare talent for winning people over to his cause. We may be in for a surprise, though. I don't think he will set his heathen dogs on us today.
Greetings, Lord of Talmberg.
That's the bastard who led the attack at Scarlet and killed my parents.
Don't be an idiot! Do you want to end up like them?
I am Sir Markwart von Aulitz. I come in the name of Sigismund of Luxembourg, King of Hungary and Croatia, who has resolved to strike against those who disrupt concord in the land and to restore order in the name of his brother, King Wenceslaus IV.
Restore order by burning and pillaging the king's estates.
Greetings, Sir Markwart. The efforts of the king's brother to bring order to this chaotic land are undoubtedly noble. It seems to me, though, that he and his army have somewhat strayed. As Burgrave of Prague Castle, I am entirely beholden to the king, and here in Talmberg divine peace reigned until your arrival. To what then do we owe the honor of your visit?
Yesterday, His Majesty took action against the enemy of the kingdom, Sir Radzig Kobyla, who has been using the silver from the Skalitz mine to fund insurrection against the crown. Unfortunately, the insurgent escaped. Would you happen to know, noble sir, where he might be at this time?
As far as I know, the Sir Radzig of which you speak is the king's hetman at Skalitz. I find it hard to imagine that he would rebel against our king. Nevertheless, I can assure you that Sir Radzig is not at Talmberg. He would be a fool indeed to flee from one castle, where he has little chance of defense, to another, where he has even less. Or do you take the view that my humble manner is any obstacle to your army?
Am I to inform the king then that Sir Radzig Kobyla is not at Talmberg and that he has your loyalty?
Sir Radzig Kobyla is not here, and I have no intentions of getting embroiled in affairs from which I have nothing to gain.
Very well, sir. As you wish. I will relay your words to the king in the hope he will be as well disposed as you seem to be.
Those who have clean consciences and goodwill may find themselves well disposed even at moments like this, when there is little cause for joy. Farewell, sir.
Auf Wiedersehen.
My lord, you have my utmost admiration.
Get on with you, Robard.
Don't worry, we'll see.
Safe? Sigismund and his heathen cutthroats will come out of the woods any time now and slaughter us all.
They won't come back. Why would
We'll stay here to be on the safe side and go back to the fields tomorrow.
By tomorrow morning, all our heads will be on fire. That's what them foreign soldiers do, and worse.
Ah.
God be with you.
Where did these humans come from, anyway?
I don't know much about them, only what the Chamberlain said. That they came to Hungary from the east and settled there. And believe me...
What happened in
Gutenberg? Well, but the good Lord gave me ears. And I've heard some things from Sir Divish.
Were there many?
Indeed. But it was the Gutenberg mercenaries who came to see me.
I see.
Listen, lad. These are all games of the high aristocracy.
So then why did Sigismund attack?
Why do you think?
Because the lords there could have risen against him with their armies and stopped his...
That's part of it. King Charles, may God grant him eternal glory, built Prague into a proper royal city, while King Wenceslas took...
So Kuttenberg sided with Wenceslas because he favoured it?
Now you're starting to understand.
Why did Sigismund burn down Skalitz and then come here?
That's war for you, lad. Certain lords have resolved to take things into their own hands and eliminate anyone who doesn't share their view.
So Robard, I need to get to Skalitz.
What would you do there, lad? Sigismund might have left, but the place will be swamped with robber barons, brigands, deserters, and other vermin. And anyway, your lord commanded you to stay here.
So Robard, my parents died there. I can't leave them to be eaten by dogs. What would you do in my place?
Sorry, lad, but I won't take orders. You'll have to wait until everything settles down, and maybe your lord will change his mind.
I pray you're wrong. Mother of God, you don't...
Sigismund's visit.
And no mistake.
Is there someone here who trades in goods?
Try Votava. Good luck then.
God have mercy. What will you do with it?
Pater Noster.
Good health to you.
That business with Sigismund turned out well in the end, didn't it?
Aye. That...
Is there someone here who trades in goods?
Hungry, are you? You should go and... For anything else, you should see a fellow. But he can get you just about anything.
I need to get out of here.
And I need a feather bed with a comely wench in it. But it looks like we'll both be disappointed.
My mother and father were left in Skalitz like carrion.
I'm sorry, my friend, but I can't. You'll have to persuade Sir Robard, or think something up so I don't end up in the shit for it. Otherwise, forget it.
What am I supposed to think up?
How should I know? Maybe some discovery. If a Talmberg soldier turns up, all kitted out properly, in armor and a helmet, then of course I'll let him go. That's obvious.
All right, I'll have a look around for something.
May the Lord watch over you.
Yeah.
I need to get out of here.
Then I'm afraid you're out. Ah, I see. God be with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pater noster, qui es in celis, sanctificetur nomen tuum, veniat regnum tuum, fiat voluntas tua, sicut...
Yeah.
You'll have to wait for me here, friend. Better to keep going on my own. Looks like they've already gone. Jesus.
Hey, who's there? What have we got here? Entertainment, great. The PC! Well landed. Jesus Christ! Is that all you... Yeah. You're dead.
Leave me be! Don't kill me! I had nothing!
Why would anyone do this? What did these poor souls ever do to them?
What's going on there? Well, I never. The pig turns up willingly for the slaughter. Gone weak at the knees. Ah! Fucking dog. Oh. Ah! Fuck it! Ah! Oh! Hey, who's there? What's going on? Answer to my prayers. Just what... Oh! No! You'll get...
Bailiff.
He didn't run like me. He died with a sword in his hand. You stood by his side and he did this to you. In the end, you were a hero. You didn't run away. Didn't abandon him like me. No. Why? Not you. It wasn't supposed to be you, Bianca. I'll find the battle. Just wait. And then I'll come back for you. I won't leave you like this.
Why did you do it to me, Father? Why? Why did you leave me? Forgive me. Forgive me for everything. Next time I won't run. I'll never run away again. I'll find the one who did this to you. I remember his face. I'll find him. But first, I have to find this shovel and take care of you. I remember you told me you wanted to lie beside Mother. Here. Under the linden tree. At least I can do that much for you.
This is a good place. You're gonna like it.
Get away, you mutt! Get away, you beast!
What's going on? Bishak, what in God's name are you doing?
What do you think I'm doing? Digging turnips? The beast just went for me.
Isn't that Mutt the butcher's? Mutt. And isn't that body the butcher's?
Yeah, that's him. What's that got to do with anything?
I'd say the poor creature is standing guard over his master. You weren't trying to get to him, were you?
What do you care what I'm doing here? What are you doing here?
Came to bury my parents.
So bury them and leave me be.
Do you know what happened to Teresa from the mill? When I fled, the Cumans wanted to...
No, I don't know. What do I care?
How did you manage to get away?
How do you think?
I see a cunt remains a cunt.
That's right. Turn tail and run, you bastard.
Easy there, boy. You know me. Your good master won't be leaving this alone.
So, let's get to it. Damn it all. How am I going to do this?
Do you need some help? Is that him?
Yes. Can't you see the sword?
Who are you? What do you want?
Zbyszek? Who do you think we are? Franciscan brothers? We're here to rob you of everything you've got. Especially that fine blade that's of no use to a peasant like you anyway.
Banish the thought. It is my father's sword.
You mean him? I don't think he's going to be needing it anymore. Listen here, boy. You hand over that sword, I might just let you go. If not, you're in for a family reunion you really don't want.
Leave me alone.
Kill him, Runt! Aye, cut the bastard down.
As you like. Could have just cost you a few teeth.
Ah!
I told you how it would end. You should have listened to me. This is nice work. The chief is going to like it. It's new, isn't it? And now, for the maiden bloodletting. Surely your father never would have imagined it would be your blood. I believe there's a word for such moments. The old man would certainly know. But I'm just a common killer. Did you help make it? No doubt you did. Such miserable luck. To die by the sword you helped forge.
Hey, go fuckers! The games are over.
George! Disperse this rebel!
Nicak, nicak.
Do you need some help?
Henry! There's work to be done. Wake up, Henry. It's past sunrise.
Henry, can you hear me?
Get up, Henry. Wake up. It's a new day.
Henry, can you hear me? Hallelujah. I thought you'd never wake. Were you having a nightmare?
Teresa?
You still have a fever. Uncle won't be pleased, but you'll have to stay in bed.
Where am I? In Skalitz?
We're at my uncle's mill in Rattay. I didn't know where else to go.
What happened?
You don't remember anything? I suppose that's not surprising. I found you in Skalitz after those bandits attacked you. I thought they'd done for you, but you were still breathing. Why in heaven's name did you go back there? It was madness. They slaughtered everyone who didn't run.
My parents, I wanted to bury them. I had to...
Don't worry. I took care of it.
Thank you.
Any good Christian would have done the same. Now sleep. You need your strength back. You're awake.
Good morning.
It's near midnight. You've slept all day.
Oh. Oh, I feel like a horse fell on me.
The beating you took was worse. But at least the fever's broken.
What in the world were you doing in Skalitz?
Waiting to die.
What?
They killed my brothers, my family, my friends.
They're all dead.
All of them. Everyone I ever loved. They killed one of my brothers in the mines. After that, what did I have to live for?
Don't say that. There's always hope.
No, there isn't. But it doesn't matter. I'm a different person now.
How did you manage to save me?
You were lucky. I was in Skalitz and I saw Zbyszek and his thugs. I tried to distract them, but it would have been no use if those soldiers from Tamburg hadn't arrived. They were searching for you and scattered the bandits.
Searching for me?
Yes. Lord Divish sent them, led by Captain Robard. So tell me, why is a lord of such high standing interested in a blacksmith?
Sir Divish promised Sir Radek he'd look after me. But as for why they should care, I've no idea. Oh, I'm exhausted.
I'm not surprised. I'll bring you water and something to eat. In the meantime, rest. You're still very weak. Good morning to you. How's the invalid today?
Ugh, haven't felt as good as this since they lashed me to the wheel and quartered me on the town square.
Got your sense of humour back. You must be better. My uncle will be glad to hear it. I had a job persuading him to let me bring you here. If you'd lain around much longer, he really would have dumped you on the town square. You can stay until you find somewhere else to live. but my uncle will want payment for taking you in and caring for you.
And this is your uncle's house?
We're in Rattay Mill, my uncle's mill at Peshek. He took me in, and I talked him into taking care of you too.
I've been lying here long enough.
Uncle will be pleased he's one mouth less to feed. But are you truly well enough?
Well enough to do what has to be done. Where can I find Sir Radzig?
He's in the lower castle in Perkstein. He's a guest of Sir Hanush of Leipa. But someone like you can't just walk up bold as you please and demand an audience.
I know Sir Radzig, and I didn't bring him his sword as I was supposed to. I must see him.
If you insist. But you need to speak to my uncle first. You've been in your sickbed for over a fortnight while he paid the apothecary to tend to you, and for medicine. That's a good deal of a coin you owe him.
I've been lying here 2 weeks. My God.
Better a fortnight in bed than an eternity in the grave. If it weren't for my uncle, you wouldn't be here at all.
I owe you both my life, and I'll repay my debt. You have my word.
All right. But before you go to town, you should eat something. You're still weak. There's food on the table for you.
Hey, youngster!
My name's Henry. Thank you for taking care of me here.
My name's Peshek, and I'm the miller here. You've already met my niece, Teresa. She took care of you for 2 whole weeks while you were in limbo. And talking of you being at death's door, while you were lying here, you worked up quite a bill with the bloodletter, who came now and again to keep you alive with his potions. That quack doesn't come cheap. I paid him what I could, but I still, that is, you still owe him.
I see. Well, it's better to be in debt than to lie dead in a ditch. What do I owe? I'm not afraid of hard work.
You won't pay for that shoveling manure. I might have a better job for you. And it's not something any fool can do. If you prove to me you're a clever lad, I might trust you with something you could really make money from. What do you say?
Well, what would you need from me?
A trifle. Just to take something from someone and bring it to someone else. And not get caught while you're doing it.
That sounds straightforward enough. Except for not get caught. Why would anyone want to catch me?
Oh, don't worry. It's just a job like any other. Only this one requires, let's say, the right moral disposition. Do corpses bother you?
No honourable man should touch them. That's the executioner's job.
Did you expect I'd give you a hoe and send you out to the fields? You can dig all right, but somewhere else. I want to know whether you're going to hide behind some stupid fucking scruples, or if you might be useful for more unconventional work.
I was prepared for just about anything, but that's a bit much. But go on. Tell me more.
Listen, it's about this ring my mate Wojciech, the Kohelnitz miller, had his eye on. Trouble is, they buried the ring by the gibbet along with the villain they hung while he was wearing it.
Jesus Christ. You want me to dig up a corpse, take a ring from it, and give it to your friend in Kohelnitz? Is nothing sacred to you?
Money first, morals later. That fellow is dead. He won't miss it. Whatever bleeding heart came up with the idea that it's disrespectful to disturb a corpse never read the Bible. It's still a human body, only it's missing a soul. Why be disgusted by something created by God?
I think I've already heard more than I need to know. You've got the tongue of the devil himself. If you tried hard enough, I bet you could justify sodomy with a goat.
Watch your mouth, boy. There's a shovel here around the mill somewhere. If there's any problem, come and see me. And here's something on the side to make you dig better.
Thanks. I'll need it. I can't believe I've come to this. Digging up corpses.
Oh, and watch out for the executioner and his hounds. They're pretty savage. And I don't just mean the dogs. You can just throw them some meat. The dogs, that is. But the executioner? Well, don't vex him. May the Lord watch over you.
Have you eaten yet?
Yes, it was very good. Did you bake it yourself?
I did. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Shouldn't you tidy yourself up a bit?
Have you got a moment? I'd like to...
All right.
How did you get away?
I thought I was finished. Wait. How do you...
I don't.
No. You said...
I fled from the castle.
I understand.
No, but I wanted to...
You don't need to say any more. Besides, I managed well enough on my own. I cut their throats.
I'm sorry.
I'm sure you are.
What about Sir Radzig?
Sir Hanush, he's the Lord of Rattay. He gave his lower castle to Sir Radzig, a place called Perkstein. Sir Hanush lives at the upper castle.
What happened to the...
They sought refuge in Rattay, and
Matthew, Fritz and Matthias?
they're alive. I heard Matthias is at the stud farm in Merhoyed. Johunga is in Sasau, and Fritz and Matthew, well, you know them. They're up to no good somewhere.
Where's the sword I had?
You had a sword? It's gone.
I don't give a damn about the horse. I stole it anyway. But my father forged that sword for Sir Radzig.
Well, you can't.
Why would Zbyszek do that?
He was always a nasty piece of work.
Tell me.
When those cumins, they call them, when the cumins came...
That bastard! What about the bandits?
Sir Robard and his men routed them. They killed the few, but the...
How did you get me away from Sky?
It wasn't easy. Sir Robard and his men helped load you on a wagon, and the soldiers escorted us all the way.
I won't trouble you anymore.
I'd like to know...
Do you know anything?
They came to Hungary from God knows...
How are the Skalitz folk?
They're alive. That's the main thing. They have shelter, but they're just scraping by.
So, how'd you like it in...
It's a big town with good strong walls, so I suppose we're safe here. And they took us in our hour of...
So, how'd you like it in...
It's a big...
That's all. What are you up to?
A walk? I'd like that very much.
If that's what you want.
It's not you, Hal. It's...
What's that dog you have?
Don't you remember?
It's Mart, the butcher's dog from
Ah, of course. A faithful dog.
When we carted you here, we took Mutt along.
How's he doing?
A lot better. I slipped him something good now and again when Uncle wasn't looking.
He won't starve to death then. What does the miller have to...
He can't stand him.
How's that?
Every time he sees him, he starts shouting.
Jesus.
And it didn't even soften his heart when Mutt brought a hare from the wood. He was happy to eat it, but it didn't
I could have a word with him. Does he obey you?
Me? He's got a mind of his own.
Ah.
No.
How long has he been with you?
More or less since He runs off now and again. Sometimes I don't see him all... I think he likes to go...
So he's doing quite well then?
Yeah. I don't want to think about... So, I thought maybe you might take him with you?
Me?
I'm sure the two of you... He's a handsome fella and lovable.
But we never had a dog at the smithy. We never needed one.
Come on.
All right.
Thanks, Henry. Go and get him then. He's sniffing around...
What actually happened to you? I mean...
That's a long story. Are you sure you want to hear it?
I do.
All right, then. It was a day like any other. Another ordinary day in my ordinary life. I awoke at first light, before the others. I like those kind of mornings best. When the first rays of sunshine quickly drive away the nighttime cold. Hello, you. Come here. And the breeze carries the scent of dew-covered grass and the bloom of spring. Aren't you a nice boy? I wanted to get my chores done before the rest of the household was up. And this morning seemed made for that very purpose.
Right, better get to work.
I have to feed the hens, weed the garden, feed Tinker. I'd better get it all done before Papa is up. Look what I've got for you. You'll love this. That should do it. The garden is looking how it should again. I must bring Tinker a piece of meat. That'll be a nice treat. Look what I've got for you. You'll love this. No one's a man. Good fella. That's my boy. Here, chickie, chickie, chickie. Here you are, girls. Fill your beaks.
What's the matter with you today, girl? You're like a lost soul. Teresa, come here. What's the matter with you today, girl? You're like a lost soul.
What do you need, Papa?
Go up and see the blacksmith. He made some nails for me. Here's some coin.
All right. Anything else while I'm at it?
No, unless you want to stop off at the market and buy some supplies. And before you go, wake Samuel. The boy's still lying in bed and won't stir. He ought to follow your example and Stebor's. You two don't have to be... Well, at least he's still... The lazy wretch. A helper like that isn't worth a damn. If it weren't for his father, God rest his...
Aye, he's an idler, that one.
God will reward him. You could tell him to get his ass to...
Right. Go for nails, send Samuel and Zabishek to work.
Aye, just so. Oh, and Teresa, once you've done all your...
A surprise, Pa.
Curiosity killed the cat.
Oh, all right. Sammy, get up. It's broad daylight.
Yeah.
Have a bite to eat before...
All right, Ma. You don't have to treat me like... Looks like it'll be nice today, eh?
But you have to go...
I know.
There'll be no slipping off.
What about dropping that...
Not the first act.
Well, there you go, then. If I leave early, nothing will happen to anyone. And you can cook the fish for lunch tomorrow.
You silly sod. All you ever...
Don't I always?
Good day.
How's it going, Steve?
No, I'll just carrying sacks of flour and that. And in the afternoon, I'll go. Then me and Pa have some matters.
What matters?
It's nothing to worry.
Oh, yeah.
It's some...
Pa says you're idle, and if you carry on...
Ah! Why would he do that? Then he'd be left only with Stibor and...
Listen, Zabishek. I'm only telling you for your own good.
You lot are always going on about work as if it was a blessing from heaven. All right.
That's more like it. No sign of the blacksmith. Where can he be?
Good morning.
Father sent me to pick up nails, but there's no one at the forge.
Aye, sorry, lass. Martin had to go to the castle to talk to Sir Radzig. He's to forge a sword for his lordship.
Oh, I see. And has he made the nails for Pa?
I'm afraid he hasn't had time on account of that sword. But if you'll come tomorrow, he'll surely have...
All right.
Do that, dear. Oh, and...
Which girls?
Bianca and Johanka. You should stop by and see them before you go home. You girls must be plotting something.
What was it about?
They didn't say, but it seemed important.
There's no harm in that, is there, good wife? You were young yourself once and went dancing with...
Oh, so I'm an old woman.
No, I didn't mean it like...
I'm only teasing you, girl. Dancing is just what you young ones should be doing. Make the most of it. Before you know it, your pa will find you a husband.
Thanks for letting me know. I'll stop.
Not at all. Have you seen Henry around anywhere? If he helped his father out more at the forge, there'd be no shortage of nails.
I haven't seen him at all.
No doubt he's at that swordplay with that so-called combat master again. If he could wield a hammer half as good as a wooden sword, there'd be no...
Good day, Teresa.
Herbs for your kitchen, as well as health-giving decoctions.
Oh my, what am I going to do? Johanka, what's up?
I was asking around for you. There's something we have to talk about. Are you going to the dance this evening?
I'd like to go and have a look, if I have time for it. Why? Do you want to borrow my dress?
No, nothing like that. I've got a dress, but I don't want to end up dancing on my own, if you know what I mean.
What? You want me to dance with you?
Imagine what folk would make of that. No, silly. I want Matthias to dance with me.
So, what's the problem? You've had your eye on him since the hunt. Surely you must have noticed by now.
He hasn't. I'm at a loss. What?
So you'd like Matthias to...
That's right.
How in heaven's name do you want...
Easy. You're going to steal his...
What?
How is that supposed to help, for Christ?
If you can get your hands on it without him noticing, he'll be wandering around saying to... And then... God be with you, Matthias. You didn't by any chance... And he'll say...
Aye, Johanka. I did. Where on earth did you find it?
Oh, I found it near the tavern. And then he'll finally get the message.
Oh, the dance. Yes.
Of course. Then he'll take... Never mind that. Well, that's how it's...
You can't be serious. That will never work.
It will. He loves that dice of his. He'll be over...
All right, then.
Thank you, Tess.
Hang on, though. How am I...
He was saying at the tavern yesterday that he keeps it in his trunk when he's not going to play. Go and see Fritz first. I heard he's always got some lockpicks, whatever he wants them for. Anyway, no...
Me? Pick?
Well, then... But whatever you do, and not a word to...
Kitchen, as well as health-giving decoctions.
Good day.
Tell me, Matthias. What?
Johanka? Yeah, she's a nice... Actually, why do you ask?
Johanka's a very nice girl. Wouldn't you like to go and have...
Beer? You know Johanka...
I was just curious.
You pile of manure! Should I muck out stables like you? Is that what you call an honourable profession? Even the horse...
God be with you.
What's new, Fritz?
I don't know. Oh, actually, I do know.
Maybe.
They say he's going to carry on.
So I heard.
No, it wasn't his...
Master Tobias? Why would...
I don't know.
Listen, Fritz. I hear you know something without a key.
Sure. All you have to do is charge at the door.
I don't want to break down...
Ah, you want...
Shh, not...
Well, I can give you some, but you know what they say.
That's the stupidest thing I...
Mostly me.
Hey, Fritz. After all we've known each...
All right, but just this time.
Just two?
You said a couple, didn't...
Will you teach me how to...
Sure.
What about this?
It'll take more than that to...
Agree?
Well...
It's easy as fuck. You've got to find a spot where the lock... Nice and light, though. No jerky meat.
I get it. Thanks.
Good day.
How are things,
Teresa? Fritz, working.
I'd say that's the pot calling...
Why overdo it?
Matthew!
No, it's only harmless.
Ugh, don't...
Don't overdo it now.
Teresa, I'm glad to see you.
I feed a whole family with these two hands, while yours are only good for pulling your own cock. You lazy wretch! You're full of talk, and yet you haven't two groschen to rub together. You should talk, or you...
Healing herbs, ointments, all freshly prepared.
Listen, Fritz and Matthew. It seemed very important. You should hurry.
Really? That's funny. But if it... I'd better go and see what's up.
By all that's holy, watch out! There's a thief here! I see a thief, guard!
Don't move a finger.
What?
But you're a... And that's not your... You'll pay a fine or I'll take you to...
How are you, Teresa?
Greetings.
Listen, Fritz. Without a key.
Sure.
I don't want to break...
Ah!
Shh. No.
Well, I can give, but you know what they...
That's the...
Ah!
Hey, Fritz. After all...
All right.
Just two.
You said a couple.
Will you teach me?
Sure.
Satisfied?
You're a right pinch... It's easy as fuck. You've got to find... Nice and light, though.
I get it.
people. Herbs for your kitchen, as well as health-giving decoctions.
How are you?
Listen. Fritz and it seemed...
Really? That's funny. But I'd better go and see what's...
Herbs for your kitchen, as well as health-giving decoctions.
What's going on there?
All freshly prepared.
Looking for something around here?
Come right up, good people.
What's
Herbs for your kitchen, as well as health-giving decoctions.
Is there something you need?
Got be-
God save Teresa. God be with you. What?
About Matthias.
Yes?
I brought you his...
I knew you! This is great!